Hey, welcome back to another Hockey Nation live show with the hockey coach, Coach Frenchy, directly for the beautiful jungle in Thailand. One amazing, great Tuesday night, September 16, 2025. We're getting there. We talk about. We're getting there for the beginning of season 2025-2026. Many training camps start around the NHL tomorrow and following day. And we're going to talk about the Montreal Canadiens tonight. Short live stream tonight, approximately 65 to 70 minutes. Have to go to the Cats and Rats podcast tonight to represent the Montreal Canadiens for the Atlantic Division. So you can follow me after that on that. I'm going to provide you the link to follow me after the end of this show, approximately in 1 hour. So a lot of things to talk about for the Montreal Canadiens. I go deep. And, of course, I can't wait to hear from all of you, your comments about the subject of the night. What you got tonight, Coach? But first of all, guys, I'm going to talk about the Montreal Canadiens return to the playoff. Now, this is a one statement. And, of course, it's easy to say yes or no about this question. But I'm going to show to you by the number what it would need for the Montreal Canadiens to make the playoff for the upcoming season. And don't forget, every week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Sunday, Marco and Artap and Jim Beringer are a part of the show. And Jim is going to join us tomorrow night, Wednesday night, because he cannot make it yesterday of what's late. And he's going to be with Marco for the home day tomorrow night. So don't miss that show. I think it's going to be very interesting to hear from the day number one of the training camp for the Montreal Canadiens. A little bit the review of the last weekend, what they thought, and the golf tournament from the statement of the management for the Montreal Canadiens, Jeff Gordon and Ken Hughes, plus Martin St. Louis. So don't miss that show tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be a regular time, a 2-hour show like we provide every single day. Don't forget, every day we release 1 or 2 short video. Sometimes we're going to do a long video, but at this moment, we try to maximize everything we can to give you the best contents about the NHL. You can follow me with the new sponsor, Hockey Hot Stove, where we provide fun news around the NHL. I write for 2 teams, the Colorado Avalanche and the Chicago Blackhawks. So you can follow me there. And, of course, you can follow me on my X account, Habs Nation Live. This is my nickname on my X account. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being a part of the show tonight. We have a few people knock the door. I'm going to welcome all of you very quickly. First of all, we have Larry Lavallee back in the house. Hopefully, you're doing well, Mr. Larry Lavallee from upstate New York and state, a beautiful state. Before you go to Arizona, Billy knocked the door from Nova Scotia. Hopefully the weather is nice still in this area. Eminem knocked the door very early. Eminem, hopefully doing well. Glad to see you. Good afternoon. He's on the west side of the Canada. A PW go with what? Mookie Betts to hit a home run for the Dodgers. Los Angeles Dodgers, they have a great year, but they have a good year. But the expectation was maybe higher at what they are right now. The Boston Red Sox lead 1-0 at the beginning of the 6th inning. Don't forget again to click on the like if you don't mind. It'd be great. I don't have no clue what's going on with the Blue Jays. I expect Roger Bouchard, notre ami, expect Habs in the playoff for the upcoming season. The Yankees lead 6-1 the Twins at the top of the 3rd inning. GF. Hopefully, Montreal return to the playoff, but lack of the legitimate second center could be an issue. They did it last year without a second center, and it was barely. It take a little bit luck, but it's happened sometimes. You need luck to go in the playoff, and Montreal did it. So tonight I'm going to show to you 2 categories where the Montreal are in a good position if they repeat. But we have to wait a little bit longer in the show to tell you exactly what's going on. Hey, Billy, Larry, GF. GF Dubé, Jean-François Dubé, maybe? To start the season, yes, GF, hopefully you're doing well. Glad to hear from you, my friend. Market friend Rage over the fans under review. Look pretty obvious from Mark Elliott. Runway Kings, welcome in the house. Thanks to be a part of the show tonight. Moderator de hockey, the LA and the Utah. Ron, I wrote an article about the LA on my Patreon. You can follow me, guys. I write every day on my Patreon, most of the day, about everything. Montreal, NHL. I did 2 today. One for the Montreal training camp and one for the Lesson Kings. What happened last weekend at the showcase. A couple of players, prospect for the Lesson Kings, step up. One of them at that showcase was the Anaheim Ducks, the San Jose Sharks, and the Los Angeles Kings. Michael Misa scored 5 of the 14 goals of the San Jose Sharks during the weekend. Very interesting to see that. And that way, guys, with the hit, the Oakland tied the game 1-1. RDP knocked the door. Welcome back, Mr. RDP. Pierre Blue, Marquelette, crazy play. RJ, Marquelette clearly look at a shot at that ball. What about BS call? Fans, interference, but home run anyway. What the F? I don't know what the game is. The Jays lead 4-2-0 against the Jays. The Blue Jays 4-0 against the Rays. Roy for Bangkok is in the house. See you in about 1 hour. Coach, Cat and Rats, guys, this is a place to be. I will be there with all my predictions. Guys, it's like when I go somewhere to do other podcasts, right? I make my homework. I want to go there talking about Montreal and with no preparation. I have to get there to prove my point for the Montreal Canadiens to make the playoff. So, can't wait to be there, my friend. Yankees 9-1. Here we go. Blue Jays now 4-3. Here we go. The time is changing quickly. Missing service on the call. Can team still play game under protest? I don't know this actually. Correct, coach. I wonder if we gave it a green 3. The start St. Perry is out of no. They will try the best they can for him. We have to wait what they're going to get there for that prepare for that situation for Kedri with the Kings. Also, we have to talk about the fact like they tried to get the PDO to Kim Constant, if I remember that one. For that. So, the Cats, welcome back. Mr. Kirby is in the house. Like we do at the beginning of the show, guys, we bring you to this. Don't forget, on the top over there. Oh, on the top over there, somewhere. Hockey Hot Stove, the new sponsor of the Hockey Nation. Likes, subscribe. That's a good thing about this. And then we're going to talk about 3 big subjects tonight. The NHL, the Habs news, Habs playoff. 65 minutes to be with us together. And don't miss anything. This is the place to be every single night. And we have a lot of people you can go, but if you want to have a great time, this is the place to be. First, we talk about my headlights every single night. And tonight, what I got for you guys is Nick Suzuki and Mission. Nick Suzuki and Mission. He will maybe not reach 89 points. He maybe reach 100 points. Who knows? What I know is Nick Suzuki is ready for the upcoming season. Montreal knew the camp last season was not great. They have maybe missed preparation for many ways on different things. But Nick Suzuki wants to start the season on the right foot. Why? The Olympics winter 2026. He wants to make the team for Team Canada. You're going to have some players motivated because of that. Talk about Cole Caulfield, Team USA. Nick Suzuki with Team Canada. Tobias maybe play with his country. That said, Nick Suzuki started, I believe, his 3rd year as a captain, if I'm right. He said during the golf tournament, the way he spoke, calm, with maturity, and he knows that every word get out of his mouth is going to be everywhere on the media in Montreal. He's getting more recognized as the leader inside the locker room. He's getting more recognized as a top center in NHL. He's not there yet. He knows that, but he would like to be close to be on the top. I think he's going to now. He will going to be recognized also to be the one can bring the Montreal Canadiens all the way to the playoff. And then Nick Suzuki want to improve his nomination to maybe to become a complete center in NHL like Bergeron, like Barkov, and many others very good on the both sides of the game. He every year is getting better and better and better. He now touched the beginning of his peak in NHL, 26 years old. For the next 3 years, he's going to get a little bit better, better, better. And those here will be very important for the Montreal Canadiens, but he knows he's the driver of that bus. He understands that. And I think for me, he's on the mission to accomplish everything he's looking for. His goal, his vision for the upcoming season, 2025-2026. And he is really well recognized by his peer, not only in the locker room, but of course around the NHL. And a lot of coaches, when they play against the Montreal Canadiens, they circle the number 14 on their board because they know what Suzuki can do. And last year, because of his lack of preparation or the lack of preparation of Montreal Canadiens overall, he had some slump at the beginning of the year. Like he had a 5-6 game until they play against the Buffalo at the Buffalo afternoon at the early November. Nick Suzuki was not at the same level like he was after that. That game, Montreal went by the score 7-5, 4.2 goals, 2 assists by Nick Suzuki. That changed everything. Montreal came back for a loss of 4-1 against the Toronto Maple Leafs with no motivation. It's rare Montreal play against Toronto, but that game, it was bad. And that will reflect on the beginning of the season. I think that will helping the Montreal Canadiens from what they learned from last season for the upcoming season, and of course for Nick Suzuki for what he wants to accomplish for the season 2025-2026. So that's something we have to pay attention more. That might have lied on my show tonight. Nick Suzuki and mission to elevate his game for the upcoming season 2025 and 2026. We have a few people in the door. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for being a part of the show tonight. Let's see what we got here. If I can get a mission coach. Yep, he is. Mr. A2, welcome back again. Thanks for being with us. I wonder if those players who will be put back on the NHL will be on the Ryan team or if the team was still 1 or 2 of the waiver run. But now we have a new rule, guys. Pay attention about that. The new rule for the AHL, they can keep a 19 years old, 20 years old, like was not before. So we have to pay attention. We are very lucky to have Suzuki so affordable for what he brings. A perfect timing with the core saying so far. Great point about this, A2. Gary Connery knocked the door. Welcome back. Ron, depending on how Crosby play in the Olympic, do you think he will have some kind of effect if he stay in Pittsburgh or get traded? But he's always making an impact for other players around him. McDavid example, we learn from Crosby. Everybody will be a part of the Team Canada are going to pick it up a couple of things about St. Crosby. And I think with his wisdom and his experience and leadership he bring on the table, but I think a guy like Nick Suzuki, McDavid, and other around the Crosby is going to get out of that Olympic with more wisdom about to carry on for themselves and for their team for the rest of the season. Great question, Ron. 15 years career in broadcasting for Pierre Hood. Did not think he was that old. Pierre Hood is on the TV right now, I believe, for recognize his many years. And 26 knocked the door. Welcome back. It's between Suzuki, Thomas, Celebrine for Team Canada, and one of that's got to push from Crosby to be on the Team Celebrine. You're right. There are three of those looking now. Mr. Triple W back in the house after taking a night off yesterday. Suzuki does not have an inferiority complex. You're right about that. Main camp start tomorrow. You're absolutely right about this also. Triple W for the Montreal Canadiens. Pierre Hood, the best from Guy. Welcome back in the show, Guy. Thanks, everybody. Don't forget, please, to click on the likes. I did a really great article today on my hockey art stove about the salary cap. The salary cap is going to be projected at $170 million in the next 10 years. I'm going to repeat, the next 10 years, the salary cap is going to be at $170 million. So what I did, I create a couple of tables about the Chicago Blackhawks. And the first, it was what it would take, how much money it would take for the player to reach 20%, 16%, 17%. And when every year, they're increasing approximately $8.2 million per year. And you're going to see a player reach the $20 and $25 million to get at that level. And the money is going to be there in the next 10 years in NHL. But I study the case of Nazar and Spencer Knight and Vlasic of the Chicago Blackhawks. I reflect the contract they signed during summer and Vlasic last year, what they look like in the next couple of years for them, how the salary cap percentage or each player AAV drop every year. I could do the same with the Montreal Canadiens, something maybe I can do. But that gives you an idea, guys. That's the reason everything happening right now in NHL. Everybody is on the hold for the contract because a salary cap is increasing every single year. That said, I put a table template about Connor Bedard, how much money he can get if you reach 80 points next season for what is going to be his next contract, or he's going to be a bridge contract or a long-term contract. I did that exercise. That opened my eyes to understand, whoa, it's going to be very interesting, the contract like Kaden Coley, Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, Juraj Sakaski. The salary cap percentage is going to be helping the Montreal Canadiens for the next couple of years, definitely, because the salary cap go high and the salary AAV cap salary percentage go low. So that will be very interesting what happening about this. What will be a ticket price be? Yeah, that's another thing. I don't go there for that one. He said 170 or 170 at 170, Mr. Mark Elliott. 170 and 34 and 35 season. 170 exactly. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Will Florent be at camp? He's going to be at the camp, Roger, for the Montreal Canadiens. That's conclude, guys, my headlines of the night. Now, I'm going to start with the Montreal Canadiens. Why? Because I have only 35 minutes, 40 minutes, and they have a couple of news in NHL, but it's really low. It's a PTO. Other the fact, J.D. Miller got named a captain for the Montreal Canadiens, for the New York Rangers, and I shake my head. We're going to talk more about that nomination tomorrow night with Marco and Mr. Jim Beringer back in the house tomorrow night. We're really kind of you. Time for what, Coach? Time for the Montreal Canadiens conversation. I know time. Sorry about that. We asked Gary. To future economics are very hard to project. We live and very turbulent time. Yeah, it's not about the economic for the countries, but it's the economic in NHL. And that projection came from really source of the NHL. Why? Because the contract of what happening. I don't want to go deep on that. Maybe tomorrow you can ask the same question. Everything changed with COVID, and they borrow the money or the escrow money back and forth, and that escrow is paid off now, and they are established this like 2 years ago, 1 year ago, maybe 2 years ago, where the escrow is completely back normal, and the new contract or new deal for ESPN TNT a couple of years ago for 7 years changed everything for the NHL, and they expect with what they're looking for with the all the new deal they have in NFL and MLB, everything like that is going to consist increasing. Plus, an expansion to get a team in NHL could be $2 billion. That said, again, we project that. I don't say I'm right, and that's going to be happening. But that's the projection of the NHL in the next 10 years about that. So that's going to be very interesting. That should be absolutely be a home run about that one. Again, I don't know where the game is for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Anyhow, are you ready, guys? Because this is going to be very good. Main camp news for the Montreal Canadiens. It was the last day a couple of players jumped on the ice for the rookie camp, whatever they want to call it. But some players make some testing. Tomorrow we're going to start the day number 1 of the Montreal Canadiens camp for that. And for the Montreal Canadiens camp, I'm going to give you a little bit more information about how they make who is there and what's happening. First of all, you have 60 players at the camp, 34 forward, 19 defensemen, and 7 goaltender. 40 players with an NHL contract are at the camp. 16 contract American Hockey League, 1 PTO, 1 no contract, and 2 junior players are at the camp. Popanikis and Owen Prats. And finally, Montreal Canadiens are going to have 3 groups during the camp. ABC. The practice start every day at 9:15 a.m. You're going to have 1 team practice. And then you're going to have at 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. every day a scrimmage between 2 groups. Could be BC, example. They have 6 exhibition games for the Montreal Canadiens. And I don't have the group division yet for the players. If someone have it, let me know. I look around, I don't see. Definitely tomorrow morning, we're going to hear more about the division of the group of ABC. And that starts tomorrow, the camp, day number 1, following after that on the ice Thursday. And then the first game exhibition is Monday, Tuesday, back-to-back, the Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. So the Pittsburgh versus the Flyers. That's happening there. The Yankees 10-1 PLW. Mark especially what be shut out of the remainder of the season. Bad news for the Jays. Off of the make something to eat. I will be listening. Say something funny, coach. I would think about this right now. Jays came on the Sportnet Ontario West. Here we go. Why the Quebec does not follow the Blue Jays? They show to me, or maybe protection, whatever they call it. That's crazy to me. Anyhow, let's see what we got here. Sorry about that. TV channel Sportnet, thanks so much. Right now, yeah, I think it should be that one. Then it's still some to like too many at camp for that. A little bit. Chicago has 53-54. Why we have so many players? Take a note, because the camp of the Laval Rocket is not start yet. That's one reason. Until then start, the players stay around the Montreal Canadiens. And you're going to see players they know they're not going to be at the game, or they're not going to be a part. They're going to be in maybe another group, and they let them practice with Pascal Vincent and the rest of the coach over there. So, yes, I agree with you, but it is what it is. Someone talk about Pross. Pross is still around, Guy. Probably 2 or 3 spots to fight for. Minnesota will want RO and if they trade with Carolina. I don't think Carolina is going to trade at all for Kaprizov, but Carolina have a lot of assets to get trade. Example, Zeb Jarvis. That would be the one I think they could trade. They could trade some prospect like Nishikin as a defenseman, Badinga on the prospect. They have a few prospect defensemen very good. They could also trade. So Canada have some asset how the contract of Kaprizov can fit, and if Kaprizov can want to carry it up. Hopefully they learn for the Rantanen situation for last season. Let's move on now, guys, on my next subject for the Montreal Canadiens. Sorry about that. For that one, my next, guys, a storyline for the Montreal Canadiens at the training camp. Going to start, like I said, going to start tomorrow. But what we're looking for, honestly, there are a few things we have to look as a Montreal Canadiens fans. The second center is going to be Kirby Dach. But, and I put a but beside Dach because who is guaranteeing me tonight Kirby Dach is going to be the center for the year? I don't think so. They're going to give him every chance. They have a plan for him, like you said. They try to figure out what could happen with Kirby Dach, but they're going to look about other options. And that's what will be one of the storyline we're going to follow up for the Montreal Canadiens. But we have to wait if they're going to test things. Bolduc, New Hook, Joe Elano, Kapanen during those exhibition game, or to see if how Kirby Dach is ready or not for the upcoming season. Look like they are ready. They look like they have a plan for him, but still, there will be a storyline to follow for the next camp, for the camp. The next thing, guys, is going to be the spot of the 12 and the 13. On the front runner, I believe is Joe Veleno and Sammy Blais. I think they are the two players right now to complete the rest of the lineup for the Montreal Canadiens. And they have the possibility to make it. They can lose their job if they are not ready for the training camp. We have to wait what could happen, but I think this is going to be very interesting for the spot number 12 and number 13 for the Montreal Canadiens. Ron, has Jason Robinson signed a new deal? No. He's not on the market, but he's still not adding anything. Canada have one of the best defensemen in the league. If we're the world, that's who will want to return for Kaprizov. Yes, sir, Mark. The only problem right now for the Carolina Hurricane, guys, well, last year they lost Brent Burns, they lost Orlov. The year before that, they lost Sekech and they lost Pesci. This is not the same core they was before. They changed. Their defenseman is a little bit like the Montreal Canadiens. Why you said that, coach? But they're all on the left side. The Slavin, the Nishikin, the Mailer they got now for the New York Rangers. The only one they have on the right side is Chatfield. He's a solid third pairing defenseman, Chatfield. So they will have to move someone from the left to the right for the upcoming season. Yes, Mark, they are good, but would you prefer to get a right defenseman? We have to wait about that. It's happening. If Dach is second center or is New Hook. Right now, they're going to give to him. Will ESPN Plus be coverage the NHL like last season? Yes, they will. Pete Martin is in the house. Looking good, coach. Thank you. Who was the best at the rookie camp at Demidov? Of course, Engstrom looked much better than Rebecca. Question back to you, my friend Pete, on that one. I think you have a couple of players stood out for me, honestly, at Demidov, following by Fowler, following by Florent Jacquet, and Kapanen. They have some flash from Rover, Kuryanov, and Mezar for me as a forward. On defensive, Engstrom and Rebecca. I think I would go with Engstrom, Rebecca, Prats, and then the rest of the Montreal Canadiens. Fuller was very good. That's happening there. Engstrom for me right now is in front of Rebecca, but we have to wait at the main camp what he looked like. but I don't think both of them are going to be with Montreal for upcoming. What Kendall or Blais is coach at Triple W. But Blais has been recognized like a couple of years ago, like he played with the Blues and the Rangers before he returned with the Blues. A third line players. He brings some kind of skill. He can score a couple of goals. I think he's as the best season goal is about 13. Let me check while I'm talking about him. But he changed. He understood what he need to bring on the table to get there. Honestly, I'm wrong. It's 9 and 22-23 with 25 points. Sammy Blais. But he's a big 6'2", and he realized he need to bring intensity with his energy for the forechecking and the physicality. Finish your check. Win your battle in the corner. Be the hunter for that line you're going to be. He understands now his game or his career is ready to be a 4-line. So you have to take a note to watching the player like Matt Martin, example. Don't need to fight, but to be there for your teammate, to play a specific role. This is a guy, guys, maybe I could be wrong here, but if he developed that way, can he be a PK player, a penalty kill player? I don't say he should be. I just said I don't know if they can use him as this way. Also, Sammy Blais, as a 13 forward, he would accept that role like Pesada, but we elevate the skill and the talent of Sammy Blais a little bit better and Michael Pesada. We have to wait what he's going to do. The last time he played in NHL with the Blues 2 years ago, 194 hits for Sammy Blais in the league last year. So we're going to see what's happening for that one. Gary, I would have 2 exhibition games max and start the season. The guy already in shape. I would normally agree with you on that, but I think the ref need days action game run with Kings. Frank, welcome back in the house. Hopefully you're doing well, Mr. Frank. For people who don't know, I'm leaving tonight at 9:40 maximum because I'm going to the Cat and Rats. You can follow me if you want to talk about the Atlantic division and me. Well, I was just referring to Slavin coach, not the other defenseman. Okay, Matt, I apologize. Yeah, for me, if you follow me, I always said the best defenseman underrated in NHL is Jacob Slavin. About that. You're welcome, Mr. TH in the house. Another storyline for the Montreal Canadiens, the power play unit number 1, unit number 2. Martin Saint-Louis have option. 2 defensemen, 1 defenseman on the left side. Who's going to be there? On the bumper, who's going to be there? Who's going to be in front of the net? Who's going to be on the right side? He has players. We have approximately 7 players can be on the power play number 1, and you can have a number 8 players if you really need it to stretch a little bit. So Montreal Canadiens Martin Saint-Louis have to figure out at the training camp where I believe they're going to make a little bit more time to do more for the power play for the Montreal Canadiens for the upcoming season. Meanwhile, the special team, but we have to talk about the PK. Why? Because the PK lost Armia, Dvorak, David Savard, 3 regular players on the top 8 players play on the PK for last year with the Montreal Canadiens. So who's going to be the new one? We know Josh Anderson, Jake Evans going to be there. We know Mike Madison should be there. Caden Cody should be there. That give you 4. Who are the next 4 for the Montreal Canadiens? Are they going to give this to Nick Suzuki? A guy like Joe Villeneuve can be there. A new hook could be there. And defenseman, can we give an opportunity for Arbor Jekai to be on that side of the unit number 2? Those questions are going to be a storyline for the upcoming camp for the Montreal Canadiens. That's something we have to look about this and see what happening for that. And then for me, which rookie can make it? Which rookie can make the roster for the Montreal Canadiens for the upcoming season? I think for me, the one have a better chance tonight is Oliver Kapanen. That's what I see that. Oliver Kapanen, he is really the one can make the roster. We're going to see Beck. We're going to see Florent Jacquet. We're going to see David Rebacker. We're going to see Adam Ekstrom. Kakkonen is a veteran. But I don't think they have enough to be a part of Montreal Canadiens for this upcoming season, for the camp for the Montreal. But we have to wait if it's going to happening or not. But they are, for me, guys, my storyline for the Montreal Canadiens. Look like it's a home run for the Blue Jays. And look like it's a very interesting game tonight. Only the beginning of the fifth is 9 run on the board. 6-3 Toronto over the Tampa Bay Lightnings. Tampa Bay Rays. That give you guys my storyline for the Montreal Canadiens tonight. Pick up question, everything you want to talk about, I'm here to all of you. And hopefully we can. If you want to have any subject, because I'm very quick tonight, because that. I want to talk about, guys, David Rebecca. David Rebecca should be in Laval. And no doubt in my mind, it's not because his performance happening at the last weekend. By the way, A2 smells good. What you cooking right now, we want to taste it because it smells good from tail end. Montreal Canadiens, David Rebecca, have some flash, and they have some disappointments on the weekend with Adam Ekstrom. And Ekstrom was better, but not like great. David Rebecca missed many months of hockey. Almost last year, the year before that, and the year before that, he kept hurt, everything. For me, for the individual players, David Rebecca, he has to be on the ice. He has to play 20 minutes to become a general, the best defenseman for the Laval Rocket. On the power play, on the PK, and feel also what his knee going to look like. This is where this is where I believe he has to be for the best for him and for the best for the Montreal Canadiens at long term. Let him go there, whatever it takes. The full year if you have to. That's okay. But he has to show a Montreal Canadiens organization and everybody who he is really. And this is going to get a better opportunity for him at Laval Rocket and American Hockey League to prove to everyone where he's going to be and what he's going to become. And I think this is a better for him, benefit for him to start with Laval Rocket. Nothing wrong with that. Many other prospects do that. And let me along with the 5th overall pick or the 7th overall pick or the 93. When the pick is selected and when everybody go to the bed at the end of the NHL draft, everybody start at the training camp at 0. That's all. You're only selected early because they believe you are better skilled and talented players. But all of them from 1 to 224 or 34 have proved anything at any moment to anyone in NHL. So for me, I don't see that way. The pick number 5, number 7, number 9. Now, you can tell me, yeah, but if select this guy would be better. But it is what it is. It's about how you develop, you improve your players. So that would be interesting to see him. Sam, the cocaine man, is, and there, PLW. We have Mark, there was both a bit that not received slow, especially Rebecca, and their puck retrieval. Yes, and also the decision making. Decision making is about communication as the pairing. Who cover here? Who cover this guy? What you have to do? And then Rebecca, for me, about decision making, he got cut a couple of times because he's cap controlled at the neutral zone. Cannot. And the one he was like a yellow cone, you cannot. This is not an excuse. It's not. You cannot give me any excuse for that. That's a one-on-one hockey. It's a Pee-wee double A. That's what you tell him. play the chess, don't play the puck inside and between the hash mark and front of the net. The guy's coming with speed. You cannot play the puck. You're going to get beat 90%. And then, if you turn your body to the puck, you're going to get beat. This is a one-on-one hockey. You cannot be, you don't have to be an expert in hockey to tell to the kids or to any players, cannot do that. So, again, nothing against him. We just have to wait what he's going to do for that. Training camp are not what it used to be. PLW management already have the opening date lined up ready before camp opens. Rebecca needs a lot of more work, made some mistake, but as the coach said, Rebecca need more time in Laval, and some is more ready to call up. Right now, it is. Next thing I want to talk about this guy is Martin Saint-Louis will have option for upcoming season. Martin Saint-Louis, on paper, like PW said, on the paper, this is the first time he has an A team. Maybe not a best team, but that's maybe the best team he never have as a head coach. But it's not an A team to make the Western Cup. Let's go with B if you want to. But he has option now. When I say he has option, he can moving piece of the puzzle up and down. And that's what you like to have and when you coach. Because when you don't have enough talent, skill like Montreal had before, but you cannot move a third line on the second line. You patch up. Mark Elliott for the first goal tonight, guys. Mark Elliott, the first goal of the game at the Hockey Nation Live Show.
Oh my God!
Apple crab. The first goal of the game, scored by number 20, Mark Elliott, assist by number 26, PLW, for the primary assist. I'm going to give the second assist to the driver of the UPS, the defenseman, number 7, Mr. Gary Cournoyer. Congratulations on the goal tonight. Elliott from PL to Cournoyer at 6:25. Thanks so much, Mr. Mark. Appreciate a lot for your contribution like you do every single time. Very grateful, thankful. I don't know what to tell you more. You make that channel keep moving forward. Hope hype. Montreal will compete with Ottawa, Columbus, New York Rangers, maybe Boston for a wild card. I don't think it is a place to win on the defense, more luck on offense. You're welcome, Mark, again from Roger. Like Coach Evan Suzuki, his line maybe not stay intact for the whole season. Nothing said Caulfield won't play on the second line on November, or Demidov on the first line, and Sakoski on the second line. Boulette Canon dans le haut du filet de Mark Elliott. Nutshell once again. You're right about that one. So Martin Saint-Louis have some option. Will demand more. When he demand more, guys, the question was to ask him, I don't know what LDS, he's going to stay the same or not. No doubt in my mind, Martin Saint-Louis stay the same head coach today. The same guy was at the number 1. No doubt in my mind. Same personality, same mindset, same vision, same goal, same planification. What is changing is who they are today. But his vision, when he got higher, is the same. Martin Saint-Louis is a teacher. He loved to teach player one-to-one. He loved to improve the players. He loved to improve the team. He loved to find a solution of the problem they face every single day. Well, he's going to demand more, definitely. You can see last year, a couple of times, if the player does not get it, he does make some mistake, he punish that players. Sit on the bench, healthy scratch. you can. It's not tonight to talk about how he set more Jekai. It's not the point here. But we saw him penalize some players. Doc, Sakaski, Lining, Strobel, Jekai. Some players go to the thunder on the thunder of the Martin St. Louis last year. And that's okay. But he was going to be demand because he knows the team are better. So it will maybe less, not soft, but it will not accept things are not negotiable, first of all. And it will not accept maybe some different details of the game like he was before. But we have to wait if this is going to happening or not. We have to see this season, but that's what I feel. I don't think Martin Louis felt more pressure this year like he was before. Of course, the outcome may be more higher. The expectation may be higher too. But for Martin St. Louis, it's the same thing. Go to the office, positive things, win your day, working hard, improve team, improve the player, and find a solution. That's what Martin St. Louis is as a head coach for that one. Bob Smith is in the house. Is another pick here. More game, less days. Lot of the B to 3 and 5 Montembeault. 59 game. His tank will be almost empty by the playoff time. I think they will try to keep him around 52. Yeah, I think. Look, the best goaltender or the goaltender bring their team high. They all play 50 game and plus. The Ottinger to Bobrovsky, Vasilevsky, Alibak, they all play 50 game and plus. Samuel Montembeault will be the same way like everybody else, and he will have to continue to perform like this for the upcoming season. But welcome back, Mr. Bob. Thanks again for all the like we got so far. Dan Asham is in the house. Welcome back. It looked like Cal Ratley break the record of the home run for that one. Don't forget everybody to click on that. That give us guys another story about the Montreal Canadiens. Now, before I move for my next news for the Montreal Canadiens news, I want to bring you back here because it's a 3 subject. I want to talk about this tonight. And I want to talk about the AB playoff. So the AB playoff for the Montreal Canadiens, are they going to return or not? That was the subject of the night. I want to talk about this before we move on with other things. And I want to give you guys some number for the Montreal Canadiens and for the NHL. How I feel better or the chance for the Montreal Canadiens, who they're going to compete to make the playoff for the upcoming season. So that would be really, Randy knocked the door. Welcome back, Randy. Thanks again for all the like we got so far. The playoff. I study the East Coast. I study NHL, and I look about how they can make the playoff. What education they do, the team, to make the playoff. And I focus on 2 things. The goal for and the goal against. And the number does not lie for the Eastern Conference. First of all, I realize a team scores 250 goals, and every year, the probability to make the probability to make the playoff is really high. That said, you have 2 teams score 245 goals and 242. One is Montreal Canadiens. The Minnesota is the only team in NHL score only 228 goals and they make the playoff. This is the lowest number of the goal for, and they participate. Yes, the goal differential play, the Minnesota was minus 9, I believe, or 11. 11. The goals against, the number is 236 goal again. Minnesota make it with 239. Montreal make it with 265. That's rare. All the other team, 234, 233, then 210, 209, 100. I saw a team 191, I believe, or 198. What teach me this, guys, is you have two number are very important if you want to have a better chance to make the playoff. Also, you can tell me, oh, Buffalo scored 264 goals, I believe, or 200 something goals. But they gave 296 goals. And you cannot make it. So they are the two number Montreal have to targeting for the upcoming season. And they are very important if they want to make the playoff. So I go a little bit more deeper and I look about different team. Now, we know, guys, Toronto, Florida, Tampa Bay, all with those numbers they have last season, they're going to return again this season in the playoff. That's three teams right there. The Canada Hurricane, that's number 4. The Washington is number 5. The Devils, by the number, is number 6. So we have 2 wild card team spot you can get. And you have to be sure, guys, Buffalo with 289 goals against, Pittsburgh 272, Flyers 286. Those numbers, guys, are not going to drop a 50 goal, a 60 goal to make the playoff for the upcoming season. So I'll already eliminate them. They cannot return for the upcoming on the playoff. That gave us, guys, 14. The Detroit Red Wings, the number with the Montreal Canadiens is similar. The New York Rangers, they can drop the 255 goal at 230. They can. I'm not saying they're going to make it. They're going to do it. They can put a puck in the net too. The Columbus Blue Jackets, 268 goals again. If they want to make the playoff, they have to drop 30 goals. The Montreal Canadiens, 265. They was lucky to make the playoff last year. When I said lucky is because the goal against compared to any other team is very high. Usually you don't make it. So they have 4 teams are going to compete for 2 spots. The Rangers, the Detroit, the Columbus, and Montreal. But where are Ottawa? They are in already. Ottawa number, the goal for a little bit lower. They will have to increase. I think it was 234. But that gives you an overview of the Montreal Canadiens for the upcoming season. I believe Montreal Canadiens are going to increase in the goal for 245. No surprise, they reached 265, 270. That's it's a plus for the Montreal. With the defensive player they have, if they continue to improve that department with more experience, with Madison, Hudson, Coley, Dobson, Carrier, Strobel, Jekai. But Montreal Canadiens should drop 245 goals again to maybe 230, maybe 235, more 230 for me. That said, the goal trend is going to increase about plus 20, 25. No doubt in my mind. If Montreal accomplished the two categories I just talking about, Montreal going to be in the playoff 2025, 2026. And for me, I confirm tonight, Montreal are going to be a part of the playoff at the end of the year of 2025, 2026, because of my exercise I did today about the Montreal Canadiens. Let's see what we got in the chat right now. Will not be easy for Ottawa. Here's the problem with Ottawa Senator, guys. They look good. Honestly, they look good on the paper. Uh, they add cousin that increasing, but the number of the Ottawa Senator guys on the goal for 243. It's good, but it's below average for the team make the playoff. They have goal again 234. This is the limit. I said earlier 236. They make it. They will have to repeat again. Less goal, a little bit more goal for, and Ottawa is in. The other thing I want to talk about, guys, is the Devils are going to make it. So, at the end of the day, it could be only one spot for 14 if we turn around to be that way. And it's going to be Detroit, Montreal, Columbus Blue Jacket, and the Rangers. 2 in the Metropolitan, 2 in the Atlantic Division. So we have to wait what could happen. Mark Billy still at a 5-6. I was back in the defensive zone for a long time, very often. Ottawa can go on the 10-win streak and after go on the 11 loss. That's what happening for the last couple of years for Ottawa Senator. So that gives you guys an idea of the Montreal Canadian situation. I want to consider to talk about different things. Yesterday, I think N26 talked about this with some people. Thanks for all the like we got. Extension for Hugo for the upcoming year. I want to review the trade and the pick, but we don't have enough time to do that. And but no doubt in my mind, the Montreal Canadiens are going to give an extension for Hugo and Ken Hughes. Yes, it's easy to blame or to see the negativity at the bad thing they did versus what they did good. Some of you can say, I will never do Kirby Dak trade anymore. Some say, I will never trade for Alex Newhook. I will keep Likonen around. I will maybe keep Monahan around. I will select someone else over Philippe Major. I will maybe go with Logan Coley again, Stakowski. And we can go all the way like that. And that's okay. But overall, for me, the way they built that team and the way they change or they modify the rebuild quicker. I think if you look about all the rebuild team, Montreal Canadiens is one of the team became faster and quicker on the rebuild side with their performance last year and make the playoff. That said, not because you make the playoff, everything is over. But to add some prospect on the pipeline, the way they draft a couple of players, lucky or not, they made their homework and they did that. So we have to give them credit for what they accomplished here. Totally agree about Rebecca A2. Just think of him as a prospect. Forget the top 5 talk. It is what it is now, exactly. I can see Kapanen and Bodzik been on the penalty kill unit, PLW. Bush is back in the house. Welcome back. Pay would be Anderson, Evans, then to replace Devorak Amia. The L could be Suzuki, Newhook, Bodzik, and Kapanen. Good point about that. I wouldn't say I'm not surprised about this. We can talk about this tomorrow if you don't mind about the review, the trade, the pick for the Montreal Canadiens for evaluation of the performance of Hugo. Dobson, Bodzik with prove to be a good trade. William Alexandre Carrier last year was another good trade, by the way. I want to give you one option here, guys, about Lane Hudson. It'll be maybe my last subject before I move on. Guys, you can join me live and at 9:45 tonight. I don't know. Do I have this? I don't have this. On the Cats and Rats YouTube channel. I don't know if RJ is still here. Maybe RJ, you still have the link. That'd be good. I'm going to join Kirby. He was with us last week. I promised to him I'm going to be on his podcast. Next week, I'm going to be on the podcast of Jim Beringer. And then we have a special guest, September 30, 31st, the Wednesday night, 18th, 25th, I think it is, of the Prospect Down. One known as the guy interviewed the most people. Like yesterday, you have Spencer Knight for the Chicago Blackhawks. He's a big fan of the Chicago Blackhawks, but he make all the interview guys around everywhere about the NHL prospect. He's going to be with us for 1 hour at the end of the month. Don't miss that. Please be with us that night because if you have any question, he's going to give you guys a good run for everything. For that, is it possible to have wait for Lane Hudson playoff? My point behind that, guys, Lane Hudson is 5'10" barely. The NHL and the Florida Panthers, the Tampa Bay Lightnings, the Colorado Avalanche, the Vegas Golden Knights, the way they build the defense core, they are huge. When Montreal Canadiens make the NHL playoff run at the Stanley Cup, it was 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", inside. Montreal Canadiens want to be big. The Florida Panthers, the last 2 years, they bring defenseman players at 6'3", 6'4", 6'2". They are big. They are huge. And Mikela, 6'6", maybe. Ekblad, 6'4". I can go all the way. They have only one player, I believe he was Forsling on the top 4 at 6 foot. Maybe I'm wrong about Forsling, by the way. That said, I don't want Montreal is going to trade Lane Hudson. It's not what I'm talking about. But the Lane Hudson playoff could be not like the Lane Hudson on the regular season. Can this is sized to be a factor of the negotiation between Lane Hudson and the Montreal Canadiens? I don't know. But it's rare you can win a Stanley Cup with a defenseman below 6 foot. Last year at the NHL draft, you did not draft any defenseman under 6 foot. I'm not saying again, Lane Hudson should be traded or the Montreal does not need Lane Hudson. But I think this is a negotiation where the Montreal Canadiens could make a point with his agent and say, look, in the playoff, Lane Hudson could be on the third pairing. I'm not sure. But this something during the negotiation, it could be a factor between both parties. How big or how it is, no clue. The Jays just closed the door with 2 men on the base for the Rays. Still 6-3. The beginning of the 9. Beginning of 7. That would be a problem playoff time and Berger with the glove save 6-3. Not too big coach, they will end up slow like him. Got to look at the overall picture, Bob. Again, it's not negative what I bring here, guys. It's not what my purpose of that. I'm going to repeat because some people said he does not like Lane Hudson, doesn't want Lane Hudson. I just said I'd go with facts. And I go with maybe the negotiation is maybe on the hold to see what it will look like this year, to look what he's going to do during the season, and then what he's going to look like if they make the playoff. I believe they're going to make it. And then make some judgment, say, look, yeah, you maybe get 10, you may be a value of the $10 or $12 million, but look, we have to recognize at some point this could be a factor. And how much you're going to get, the way I project the salary cap, guys, you're going to see some number is going to upset you in the next 2 years, 3 years. A player like Demidov, in 2 years, he's going to get maybe $12 million, $14, $15 million. And because the salary cap percentage is going to be higher, and his contract will be only 8-9% like Jack Hughes example, but because the salary cap is at $113 million in 2 years, his value at $13 million is the same value as Jack Hughes at $8 million example. We have to see what he look like. I have a 3-4 point at the playoff. No, yeah, I think I have something like that, A2. But is it good enough? Point versus fiscalité, point versus battle, and I can go all the way like that. But we have to wait what could happen, guys. Here we go, guys. I know it's rare, but it's a way where we believe is the right way to do that, guys. Where I promise to go to somewhere else. I'm going to be at the Cat Rat podcast in the next 8 minutes. I suggest you to follow me to have a little bit people and is a Cat Rats. Ask question to me over there. It's easy. YouTube channel. Look for Cat and Rats online, and you're going to find. I apologize. I copied the link, but now I cannot do it, so I don't know why. But I'm going to be there for at 9:45, and I look forward to see some of you tomorrow night. Special show, the Habs Hump Day with Jim Beringer and Marco Larrabee. Both of them come back. Jim, I apologize for yesterday, but he want to return quickly with us. We want to talk about the different thing about the Montreal Canadiens. So don't miss this tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. And it was great to see all of you tonight. What a great show. We nailed it. We go fast, and we add a lot of great contents approximately for 1 hour. That's why it should be like that all the time. So hopefully you enjoyed the show. And then we want to thank Mark Elliott for the super chat tonight, the goal of the game. Then we want to thank Moderator Run with Kings. And then all of you click on the likes. Don't forget on the punch out to click again on the likes. I can't wait to see you tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Until then, my friend, have an amazing, great night of the hockey live show. And I have to start the music, coach. I know, but enjoy. I didn't do it. It's okay. April can sing a little bit later. RDP 2025, Devils are fine. Randy. A2, a difference between 6'9" and 7 foot is not that much, and Butch Chara was huge. They're getting bigger to get Bob Smith. They're getting bigger to get just to give Florent Orpet and other development. Talking about the bigger guys, tomorrow we're going to talk about even Demidov. Can he become, because this is coming from Roy, and he have a good point. We debate, me and him. He have a lot of good point about Demidov. Can Demidov become a target for the upcoming season? We have to wait for that one. Thanks so much, Billy, for that one. Cheers, everyone. Have a great Wednesday. Bonne soirée, the Rebel W. Hockey Nation Live Show. Want to remind all of you guys, the only reason we grow slowly, probably the right way. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. Exactly what happening. You have greatness inside of you. Be well, be health. Find a way not only to dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the second half of what? Already some people said 2025. LDP did it, and some others. And 26, thanks to be with a part of the show tonight. Bob Smith, always a pleasure to see you. I will see you tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Billy Gee, Triple W, Mark Elliott, N26, A2. Hopefully your dinner is looking good. Butch, Roger Bouchard, Pete Martin a bit early. One with Kings. Try to get PLW, my man of the baseball reference, PLW. Man, then Billy. If if I forget someone, I apologize. Randy Walkman is in the house tonight. And RJ Calabro, the news and update. Stop by a bit early. Triple W, like I said. Carrie Conway, best driver, was in the house tonight. And that's what we got. Good night, Mark. Thanks again for everything. I can wait to see you next time. Don't forget to follow me on the Cats and Rats and the Hockey National Show, the Ab Nation, and all the animals in the jungle of Thailand. Want to say one more thing, sir. We love you, friends. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Thanks so much, Cash fan. I don't like it. I don't know why. A lot of people, podcast does 1 hour and they leave the building. I feel like 1 hour is it's too fast. Maybe better that way. I don't know. Let me know if you prefer a 1 hour show at 2 hours. I wish we can talk about the Blue Jays tonight. I'll have to check the Blue Jays right now for the race, by the way, PLW. Thanks, Pete Martin. Oh. And booyah!